Hello everyone, how are we all? Welcome back to my channel and to a little vlog. I didn't plan on making this vlog. I usually plan my vlogs out and I didn't really plan for this one. I just thought, you know what, I'm in a bit of a chatty mood and whenever I am, I feel like it's a good way to just pick up the camera and talk to you guys. So, hi. You guys have been my little, my friends today because yeah, it's just nice to chat, isn't it? So, I'm in a waffly mood, so I hope you're in the mood for that. And today is a Thursday, and it's nearly the end of January, which is just, it's crazy. I think that's what's kind of like instigated this video, because Zara and I were sat last night and we're like, how is January nearly over? It's crazy how fast things go. And yeah, Matt, how was your January? Let me know how it was for you down below. I hope it wasn't too cold, too bleak. It's not really the most loveliest of months, is it? But you know, it's a month and it's kind of like a chance to restart and refresh. I kind of see it as that. And I think that's kind of how I'm looking at this year. Like I say, Zara and I were chatting yesterday, and you are self-employed, or if you work for yourself or you do your own accounts, that kind of thing, January is usually when you file your return for your taxes here in England. So I just did that, and it's kind of given me a clearer perspective of my finances. So we were talking last night. Zara and I have regular chats and talks about this. We're really transparent when it comes to money and savings goals, because if you are new here or if you have been following along for quite some time now, the plan has always been that Zara and I would get on the property ladder together for an investment property to renovate, to flip, and then to live in it, and then one day sell when that time comes. Things haven't gone to plan, have they? They haven't gone to plan. But when do they in life, you know? When do things ever go to plan? So yeah, that kind of hasn't happened. But it doesn't mean that it won't happen, and that's what I'm going to come on to. So we've kind of just been like gradually getting our head around like where we are and what we want, if that makes sense, without putting any pressure on ourselves, with just being totally honest and transparent. We're in this flat currently, and as lovely as this flat is, it's expensive. It's not expensive in relation to what some of our friends pay and what the current rental market is like in London, because let me tell you, it's a lot. For this square footage, obviously within line with inflation, this would be about 2,250 a month that we pay 1,450. So we are very, 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 very lucky. Obviously we have car park spaces, we've got Maggie, we're allowed to make it our home. We are very grateful for this flat. Although it isn't perfect, the kitchen's kind of looking a bit worn. We've been here for years. If you saw the bathroom ceiling, it's not great. So we're kind of like one bathroom short at the minute. If you want to have a bath in there, you need to accept that you're going to have frostbite by the time you get out, because it is just so cold. Half of the windows now don't open. So yeah, it's not great. It needs a lot of, when we leave eventually, it will just need a whole rehaul, but obviously that's not for us to do. So that's, sorry, I am waffling. This all comes back full circle. So Zara and I were sat last night and we were just talking about where we feel like we can start thinking about moving to if the market will allow. If you are from the UK, you will know property prices are gradually, very gradually, starting to come down. And that doesn't mean that they're cheap, because they're already way overinflated than what they were worth. So it's kind of like petrol. Petrol went like that, and then it's slowly starting to come back down, but that doesn't mean it's cheap. It's just going back to kind of like still reasonably expensive, but less expensive than what it was, if that makes sense. Same as property. It's by no means coming down, but it's starting to deflate slightly. However, on the flip side of that, interest rates now are sky high, and this is absolutely no disrespect to anyone who bought a property circa pre-millennium. We're talking in the 80s and 90s, but as a 25-year-old, it is so disheartening when people say, oh well, interest rates were 20% when we bought our first property, and I'm like, I know, but if you do some quick maths and look at how much your first property was in relation to your salary, and look at our salaries and how much the average house price is in the UK, they don't correlate. And now we're also battling with high interest rates. So we've kind of got like not only expensive properties, really, really expensive properties, but really, really high interest rates too. Not 20% like they were, but the average house price back in, I can't even remember, I think it was like the 90s, it was like £50,000. It's now £250,000. And we just haven't been in reflection to that. So sorry, if this isn't interesting to you, please feel free to skip ahead. but we're just sat down and crunching numbers and be like, right, I'm putting it out there, I'm putting it out there that if we are in this flat for another year, then so be it. But ideally, really ideally, like, we are both kind of just now like, we're ready for a change. In July, it'll have been 4 years, we're like itching for a change, but we don't know where that change is gonna be. We have no idea. We considered renting, we considered moving and renting somewhere else, just kind of like to see how things go. But we both just said that's just such a silly financial decision to make, because we've saved the deposit, like the deposit is there. And then we kind of opened our search up to London and thought, this could be an option. We could buy in London, like we could get something in London. When you put our budget into London houses, you're humbled. You are quickly humbled, and you think, oh, like they are very, very, very expensive and not particularly big. A lot of them require, you either have one or the other. You either buy something that is at the top end of your budget that's kind of like already been sort of flipped-ish, with room for improvement, or you buy something that's slightly less, but it's like, it has no kitchen. Like, I will pop some photos on screen. We're talking, I've looked at some recently, they're like £500,000, and I'm gonna talk figures, they're like £500,000, and the repayments would be so much money, and we wouldn't have a kitchen. So I wouldn't even be able to do my job. We're talking that. So that kind of got scrapped. So we're like, if we don't move to rent, and we can't really afford to buy in London, what do we do? Like, what do we do? So we're kind of now considering the cost of a commute for Zara for the slight prospect of a cheaper house price on the outskirts of London, ideally sub 1 hour to London, ideally, that isn't going to cost a fortune in real fares. And we're basically asking for a miracle. Because train prices are so expensive and annual season tickets are so expensive, so it's kind of like, I think going home at the weekend, just gone, and seeing my little nieces and realising how fast time flies. And I know Zara said this about her sister and her brother, like her sister's going to university next year, her brother is in secondary school now, like time goes so quickly. We've been in this city for 7 years, and it would be so lovely to be able to see family more regularly than what it is. You know, it's a 6-hour drive for me to get home, and I know some people live in London and they're from Australia and New Zealand, and it could be so much worse. But when family means as much as it does to us, and I'm not saying it doesn't to everyone, but having that regular contact would be so much nicer and making it just more accessible. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're looking, we're keeping our eye very much on the market. Finances are kind of like there. We just really, really, really need to think about somewhere that is not gonna stretch us financially, and something that's not gonna completely bankrupt us in train fares to London, because we've built a life here. Like, Zara has her job here. All of my opportunities that I have, whether it's events or jobs, all of those things tend to be focused around London. A lot aren't, but a lot are. And I love London. I genuinely love it. And if someone could wave their magic wand and be like, that's where you need to go, then that would be awesome. But it's a lot. So I just feel like we've had a chat. We're talking about it. I feel like I'm not saying this. I'm not saying the wheels are in motion, because they aren't. They really aren't. We are just looking at the market, humbling ourselves financially, keep on checking in with ourselves, keep on saving. But I have a feeling, you know when you have a feeling, I didn't have this feeling last year, and I feel like that's why I felt a little bit lost. There's something about this year, I've just got a feeling, I don't know what it is, but I feel like a change is gonna come. It's that Sam Cooke song, change gonna come, that song. I genuinely feel like a change. It could be a new job for Zara, it could be a new opportunity for me. I just feel something in my bones. I feel like there's something in the air, and if I manifest it hard enough, who knows? Who knows what might happen? But for now, we're here, we're safe, we're alive, we've got air in our lungs, and I don't know, I feel different. There's something about it, I feel different. Let me know how you guys are. Let me know if you're in a similar position, if you're trying to get on the market. I know we are so lucky that we were able to save in COVID and really knuckle down. And I think for a lot of people, they did the same. So yeah, that's where we are. That's kind of like where we're heading. Anyway, like I say, Today is pretty much just a random day. I picked up the camera. I am going to do some admin this morning. I've got to edit a vlog which you guys will have seen before this one goes live, and then I actually have been listing a couple of things on an app called Vinted, which is like a really good secondhand site. Just regularly going through my wardrobe, 1 in, 2 out kind of policy. So I've sold some shoes and a jumper, so I need to go drop those off. I need to go get my hair cut because it is like 3 weeks long and this is just starting to grow out now. I know some of you have said you aren't a fan of the hair, a lot of you have said you are. I love it. It's so low maintenance and minimal effort. And then I've got a meeting later on with Waitrose, which is very, very exciting, for the potential chat to be working with them throughout 2023, which is just a joy. I was able to partner with them last year and I loved it. I had the best time creating content for Waitrose. I love them as a brand, the team are awesome. So yeah, that's happening later. We're gonna go for a little meeting at the Ivy in Victoria, so I'll take you guys along for that. I won't be able to film the meeting, but I'll be able to tell you how it goes. But yeah, other than that, nothing new. We're just plodding on, you know? Right, I have my items to post. I'm off to get my haircut. I might have a look in the bookstore next to my barber's because they have some really great books, and I walked past the other day and they have lots on sale, so yeah, have a little look in together. These impulse lockers are so handy. You literally just slide your item in, close the door, finish my parcels in the locker, done. And then you just scan the QR code and that's your receipt. Small locker, confirm. There we are, done. Pop it in. I don't know why I'm showing you this, guys. I just find it so much more easier than Royal Mail. Finish my parcel, done. I actually need to put air in my tyres, which is never an easy task, especially because I've never done it in this car before, so that's going to be fun. But we shall try. I endeavour to try things first before asking for help, so I know what's the worst that can happen. I put a bit too much in. I know the numbers, I just need to figure out the machine. Well guys, I did it. I don't know if I did it correctly, but I'm covered in oil. And I'm doing this in white jeans. Not my most sensiblest of ideas, but you know, I did it. I've had like 5 cars in my lifetime, and each single car requires different pressure. If you don't drive, this will make no sense to you. But of course they do, because they're different size cars. But yeah, done. £1 for new air in my tyres. Right, off to get my haircut now. Great news, job done. Haircut all done. Feel like a new man. It's nice and fresh and short, which is good, although very cold. Anyway, I'm gonna head into the British Heart Foundation bookstore, which is literally right next to my barbershop, on a very loud high road. See what they've got in. There we go. It's a huge bookshop, this. Always so many books. Amazing, let's have a look. Sally Rooney is a great author. I read Normal People by her and it was fab. I haven't actually heard about this. It's a great choice. Book Thief, very, very good book. Matt Haig is a great author as well. The Comfort Book, I have actually never read this, but I read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig and it was awesome. Love that. They're all the hardbacks up there. Got lots of great cookbooks as well. Quite old ones. Nigel Slater's Real Food. A whole host of Jamie Oliver's. I actually don't have this one. Again, a real old one. Look how young he looks there. So I'm at my computer now, just finishing up the edit of a vlog you guys will have already seen. I actually didn't get anything in the bookshop because we still have quite a few books to get through. It's nice to have a look, but I am really trying to be on a not a spending ban, but be more mindful, especially after a clear out as well of things that we bring into the home. So yeah, there was nothing that really took my fancy, so I came back. I'm at my laptop, I'm going to make a coffee. Oh, I've got my toothbrush here, I need to put that on charge. Always a random collection of things. Yeah, and I'm just going to crack on with some work. I swear, pairing socks and putting away laundry is one of the most laborious tasks ever. People who have a lot of children, my heart goes out to you. I'm so appreciative of my mum. Even though I've been left home for 7 years, she was a saint because doing my own socks and underwear is more than enough. I'm about to take Mags on her afternoon walk. She got a new collar for Christmas. How nice is this? It's like a spotty Dalmatian style collar. This is from Zara's sister. It's from a brand called Cocoa Pup. I'll link it down below. I need to make more of a habit every time I edit, because I say I'll link things down below, and then it comes to like write in the description box, I always forget to link things. I need to mental note, editing this, make sure you write a list of things to link. Got her bowl, got her Cocoa Pup little pouch with some training treats that she doesn't get trained with, she just likes to eat them. Always good to give you a treat on the walk. Lead, let's go for a walk. Zara's on her way home from work because she is not very well, bless her heart. I might need a hat, it's quite cold. She's got a cold, which is not great. So yeah, what am I getting? Keys. It's just not good when you're ill, is it? You just need to be home, resting, warm, and just like not out on tubes and busyness of London. We have just came to our local park, which Maggie thoroughly enjoys. It's very boggy after the cold weather. It started to go a bit like sludge, hence why I've got my big chunky walking boots on and fresh walking trousers, and Maggie's just jumped up on. She gets so impatient because she knows. Watch when I get out of my pocket. Here we go. Look, she pauses in the tracks. What's this? What's this? Here she comes. What's this? Come on then, 3, 2, 1. There we are. I think it's in the interest of reflecting that when you look back over years, I usually do this in January quite a lot. This is the field that we brought Maggie to when we first got her. Coming up to, well, it's about a year and a half ago when she was tiny, and we were trying to do her recall here. She's very good at it now, as you can see. This is the field that we just kept on walking round and round and round in COVID because it was our closest and nearest field for our 1 hour of exercise a day. It's the field that I've sat and cried on and laughed on, and we've had many a beautiful summer. It's hard to imagine summer, but usually this is littered with people sunbathing throughout the day. We've made plans, we've gone against plans, everything's happened on this one little field. And it's crazy. Life is crazy. I feel like it's nice to reflect, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Okay, so the quickest change after Maggie's walk, she's just having a nap in the kitchen. I've got my big fluffy coat on, I've got my bag with my book, headphones, all that usual stuff for the train. So I have 15 minutes to walk to the station and get a train to Victoria. It only takes 15 minutes, so yeah, I'll be right on time. So I am back from my meeting. It was really nice. We had some afternoon tea, which you guys would have seen in the Ivy. I mean, how bougie is that? Usually I'm like, let's grab a sandwich and a coffee, but why not? So yeah, it was just really nice to catch up with the team from Waitrose, and my manager as well. It was just super lovely. I really made a big dent into this book, and I can already tell that the author has been very, very good in giving you like a lot of detail in each character. Like, it's a lot of names, a lot of information, but already I'm like, I feel like you're giving me a lot because you're about to just make everything shatter, and I can sense some emotion already. There's a lot, it's a lot, but it's just really nice. Like, I forgot to say, Zara, about it, we just finished work. I was sat and
I'm really ill. You
don't sound very well.
I'm really sick. My name is Zara and I am sick.
And I am sick. I'm going to make you some good dinner. Well, it'll make you feel better. And I was sat opposite a woman, so I was sat reading my book. And I love that you see this in the film. So I'm like sat there, it's just like, my world. I looked up. This woman was doing floor plans. She was an architect.
Oh wow.
Like she had like a book with like tracing paper. And she had like a floor plan. So she was like analysing this floor plan and like, how much do we love? We love a floor plan. I am obsessed. And I looked up and like we made eye contact.
Is that a hobby or is that a job?
Yeah, and I smiled, like she smiled at me. And I was gonna, I had earphones in, so I was gonna take them out and be like, you never know if people in London are up for a chat. And I was gonna be like, oh my god, that's so cool, like what do you do? It's like blatantly obvious, she was either like a quantity surveyor or like a planning permission person or an architect. But she was just dressed so cool, and I was just like, wow.
Look at you go.
Yeah, love that. Anyway,
you're doing my dream.
Look at you being an architect. I said this to Zara, if I wasn't doing my life online in food, I'd have definitely gone to architecture school because I would have loved to have done that.
Can I also just say, if we're talking about books, I finished. Have you already recommended?
Oh yeah,
that
Zara read Evelyn, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about your Goodreads actually. Can you follow someone on Goodreads? Follow us. Would you mind that?
No, that's fine.
You can see Zara's reading ages of a 12-year-old.
No, you can see that I read like thrillers. Like,
no, you do.
People would think I'm about to murder you. Because it's like...
I hope not.
Maybe.
A lot
I think
of
if
people...
anyone needs murdering right now, it's me.
God, you don't sound very well. A lot of people have asked about my Goodreads. I actually, do you know what? Maybe that can be, like, I'm slowly ticking things off my life admin list. Like, I'm going to get a new phone tomorrow because my contract's up and I just haven't had time. I opened a new bank account today. I need to register with a dentist. Like, things I just never have had time to do. I need to make a Goodreads because I always talk about books and I feel like I need to have a place. I need to make a playlist on YouTube of all of my recipe videos. There's just so much to do.
Yeah.
And it's 6 o'clock, like, I'll be in bed in 3 hours. Anyway, we're making a roasted tomato and pepper gnocchi for dinner, which I'm very excited about. So this is what we're having for dinner. I actually got this at a new coffee shop I found. We've lived in this flat for 4 years and I never knew that was there. Maybe it's opened recently, but they sell Italian deli produce. So I got some gnocchi di patate, so obviously potato gnocchi. I'm gonna do a roasted tomato. Look how gorgeous these tomatoes are. So many different varieties. The fridge just smells amazing. So we're gonna do a roasted tomato and red pepper sauce, blend all that up. And then I'm gonna quickly boil gnocchi and then fry it in a little bit of butter so it goes crispy. Stir it through the sauce and have it with some fresh basil and garlic bread. One piece in hand, it's a star. So, in the roasting tin, we've got onion, garlic, these peppers, which are so good. They're flame roasted, red and yellow. Oh, gosh, my camera. Do you know, guys, I think it's time to invest in a new camera because this is just not loving life anymore. These are the Odyssey flame roasted red and yellow peppers in here with loads of olive oil, salt and pepper. So I'm gonna roast this probably for about half an hour. I've got the oven preheating. Oh, take these out. I'm gonna roast this for around half an hour. And then that is the sauce for the gnocchi done. Okay, so the veggies have roasted, they look delicious, and the garlic is nice and squidgy as well. So I'm gonna pop all that in the blender and blitz that over with some creme fraiche, and then that is the sauce done. It's that easy. Good morning. How are we all? Gosh, I intended on filming the rest of the evening last night, but Zara's friend Katie came around and haven't seen her in a while. Katie looked after Maggie at a party when we were in Venice. I always do that. So it was just really nice to catch up with her. We had Katie's Italians, who had a lovely Italian evening. We had like gnocchi, had some of the tiramisu that I made and put that away in the freezer. I'm glad I did because that was a great dessert. Great tip, if you ever host anyone, keep things in your freezer because they are always good. I'm refusing to accept that I might also be getting a little bit sick, so I'm trying to go for a run this morning just to like blow the cobwebs out and just, you know, wake my body up. It's 8:45, but I've been really struggling this morning. I've been up the computer and I was just like, right, I need to just move my body. So I'm gonna go for a run, not a long one, just to 5 kilometers, blow the cobwebs like I say. Zara's working from home today because she really isn't very well, bless her heart. So I'm gonna be on chief doctor duty. So I'm gonna get her lots of hot water bottles and make her some soup and just, yeah, hope that she's on the mend for the weekend because she's not well, bless her heart. But anyway, oh, that run, guys, I needed it. I did 3.5 miles at a steady pace. Warm, sweaty, but good. I swung by Lidl. Zara's ordered a pasta off of Vinted. We're obsessed with Vinted. I know it's been around for ages, but like it's so good. It's like second-hand pre-loved. Zara's got herself some white trousers from.
Never been worn.
Oh my god, from Zara. They're lovely. Like a nice blue colour. How much are they?
£7.
£7.
And when I buy them, I've got a black and a white pair. They're £30.
£30 at 7. It's amazing. Obviously, it's just, you know, people's stuff that they no longer wear or just buying another one. Tissues, because Mrs. Ill. Right on cue. Cold and flu.
Thank you.
For Mrs. Ill. And I thought it was a Friday treat. Could have a croissant. So I was gone for one of them's mine. So I was gone for chocolate and I had one for almond. Right, I'm gonna
almond? You didn't say almond.
I rang you. I said chocolate, plain or almond.
Oh, the signal's so bad in there. I can't hear you.
Really?
All I had was. I was like, pain de chocolat sounds great. And you went, really? Not a chocolate croissant? I went, no, I'd like a chocolate croissant, please.
I've got you a chocolate croissant.
That's okay. Maybe I'll have the almond one because I'm sick.
Right, how long are you going to be sick, folks?
I'm
It's already
joking.
getting
I would
tiresome.
like this one.
Right, I'm going to go in the shower and have a smoothie. I am so warm. There we are, my almond croissant and espresso for breakfast, and I made myself a big protein smoothie after my run. I've just made Zara a little smoothie with all of the goodness because I feel like she needs it, and a little piece of apple for Maggie. I'll go give it to her now. I'm back from the mobile phone store. I don't know why, but always get like the angst about going in those places because I never feel like it goes smoothly, but it went smoothly. Straightforward, bish bash bosh, because I am going with a new provider. I mean, this is absolutely not even riveting content, but I have my old phone here, which is completely fine, but it's just, I feel like once you recharge a phone for 2 years, had this for 2 years, it just starts to lose the momentum, like us. So yeah, I will be selling this, obviously, like, you know, kind of offsets that, but this was no payment up front, which is really good. But obviously I use this for every single day, so I'm so excited because the camera is so much better on this one. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the camera on this, and I feel like when the upgrades come out, it's just so small, but the video is supposed to be really good on this as well. This is the iPhone 14 Pro Max, so it's a big phone, but I have shovels for hands. The fact that they can fill the screen, like this one Zara holds this, she's got tiny little hands, versus like, yeah, it covers the lot. So yeah, new phone. So now I have to do the laborious task of sitting and transfer everything from this device to this device, which hopefully, fingers crossed, if technology works in my favor, won't take too long. I've got my computer over there, just doing some bits for a future vlog. I have a very ill Zara behind. She's actually leaving the house to get some fresh air. It's always good when you're ill. Fully wrapped up, scarf, hat, dog, ready.
Do you want to know how many layers I have on? I've got 3 pairs of socks, including my welly socks. I've got like a thermal bodysuit thing, a long sleeve top.
Have you got a soother in?
Hoodie, a soothie.
Soothie?
A what?
Soother? Soother?
A soothie.
Soother?
A soother.
Uh-huh.
Soother.
Maggie,
Yeah,
I don't think she's well. I don't think she's well, hon. Oh, I was saying it's not too cold. It is slightly chilly. The run this morning, I think I was quite warm. Oh, sorry, got the train going past. Very much in the mood for a hot drink, that's for sure. Look at her.
Maggie?
Where's your ball?
Where's your ball? No, because I'm going to get attacked.
It's in Zara's little Cocoa Puff bag. Yeah, it is boggy as hell, so we try not to chuck her for her too much because she ends up getting covered, like covered in mud, which is fine, but she hates the bath and then gets really sad. We can throw her for you a little bit, not a lot though. Okay, come on. Zara is very brave wearing white. There we are. And here we go. So we've just pitched up at the coffee shop. I'm sat under the canopy because it looks like it's going to rain. This is the Hyde Farm coffee shop. It's lovely. So I was just gone inside to get some little bits and bobs. We've got Maggie just sat here. Hello. Hello. She's very muddy because she ran in a puddle. Exactly what we thought she would do. It's going to be my 3rd coffee of the day, so I really need to stop after this one because I will be wired. Although I need all of the energy to get through today because I feel I am starting to get ill now, which is not good. So we're going to go back, have some soup and a toasty and try and warm up. I've got the coffees. This is the place called Hyde Farms. I was going for a hot chocolate. And if I can get the lid off, they've even blowtorched the marshmallow. How good does that look? We are back from the dog walk and having a steaming bowl of soup with a grilled cheese and made Zara one as well. That looks very, I think I've given you the slightly fuller one.
Yeah, I need the little one.
Sorry, okay.
Thank you.
There we are. Yeah, leftover soup from earlier in the week. Always good to keep your leftovers. And yeah, this was the bread that I made the other day. So I've just lit the cinnamon woods and amber candle that Kate got me for Christmas. It's from Home Sense. It smells very festive, but I'm kind of here for it. Oh, I'm very blue. Oh, I'm not. Now I'm back. I think this camera's on its way out, guys. I'm not going to lie. I know I've said this before, but it's about 5-year-old. I think it's about time I look at some new ones. Anyway, I've got a peppermint tea to help me warm up. And I'm all sorted on my phone now, so that's fully set up and good to go. And I'm just about to read some more of my book. I am watching my way through it. It's yeah, it's good. It's very good. So I'm gonna have a little read, and And then we're going to make some dinner. I have a mushroom stroganoff tonight, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I might wrap the vlog up, to be honest. I've made the mushroom stroganoff before in a video. When this is live, I'll have actually just updated my playlist on YouTube, so you guys can go and have a look through all of the previous recipes that I've made on YouTube. And I've just checked, there's over 30 videos now, which is just crazy, and there's over 130 recipes, so the traffic outside agree. So if you are ever struggling for recipe inspiration, there's one pan dishes on there, there's slow cookers, there's bakes, there's 5 ingredient meals, vegetarian meals, and everything in between. So that will be linked. I'll link the playlist down below, but if you go on my channel and click on playlists, you'll see all of the recipe videos. So yeah, I've made the mushroom stroganoff before, but yeah, that's what we're having for dinner. So I really hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Nothing much else has happened other than just going to sit and read my book and have an early night. So I'm vlogging at the weekend because it's a nice little trip to Hampstead planned. So yeah, love to you all, take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you all very soon in a future video. Bye for now.